Yes, I'm ready. I've got my volume turned up and my camera working.
Okay, so hello everyone. I am Hijab Patwali and I am a student of Rehan's Kurikuringi campus. So today we have the very honorable and grateful guest whose name is David. So let's go and talk to him. Hello, how are you?
I am doing wonderful. Thank you for asking.
Okay, thank you so much. So before moving on the question, can you introduce yourself?
Yes, I'm David Menetrey. I live in Florence, Kentucky, in the U.S., and just very happy to be on here. My good friend Lisa Marie has told me about being interviewed um, from the school in Pakistan. I agreed to do this, so this is a great opportunity. I'm very happy to be able to do this.
And my next question from you: can you describe your typical day as a steel worker or at Greek Brothers?
Yes, I can. So what we do is on the assembly line, we get shipped steel in from other companies. We have a welder to create the body of the drum, and then we have two other colleagues to put on the bottom and the top while it goes through what you call a paint booth. And then it gets to my final assembly area where we can put plugs in or rings on it. And then I also am in charge of making sure the ink that identifies the pressure and what's inside of it goes on the drum in the correct location, and it gets shipped onto trailers. So a typical day is maybe 8 to 10 hours.
That's awesome. Thank you so much for your answer. And what specific roles and responsibilities do you have in your position?
So my roles and responsibilities just include putting on covers when they're considered open head, and just making sure gaskets are fully in. I will make sure that it is in the right direction, and I also will check what you call the ink jets, and I will ensure that the right code with the right characters and the right color will go in the right location on the drums. And once they go through my little area of the inkjets, that is end of my responsibilities, and it goes on to other colleagues where they will prep it more to get shipped to the customer.
That's really amazing. Thank you so much for your answer. And how did you get started at Deep Brothers? And what was your career path to this position?
Before working at Greif Brothers, I was working a very low paying security job, and an old neighbor of mine had called me and just told me about different companies that were hiring. And I went ahead and applied for Greif. And a few days later, got an interview and got hired for a position. Got a job offer. Got hired for a position there, and I've been there ever since.
Thank you so much for your answer. What kind of training or certifications are required for your job?
So the training is just learning how to, it depends on what job you have. For my specific job, it is a lot of attention to detail, looking at the schedule, looking at each order, and making sure I know what will go on on each drum, on the drum of each order. And I'll make sure I program it into the inkjet display screen. And then another certification I recently picked up was that of being a first responder. In case anyone gets hurt or seriously injured, I can, perform CPR or use an AED on them. I recently went through that training at my job. So with the inkjet operator and first responder, I really have two roles that I hold right now at Greif.
Okay, thank you so much for your answer. And can you explain the process of steel manufacturing at Group Brothers?
Yes, I can. So right now, what we do is we have just trucks come in with the steel coils that weigh, 10 to 20 tons. And then they're brought to a machine that will cut them into complete circles. Then it goes to another machine that will impress a die press that will form them into what would be the bottom or the top. Then it goes to other machines that punches holes in them. It goes to other machines that also, if they get lining on the inside of the cover. And then it finally goes to the main line. The covers and the bottoms will go to the main line to get put on the shells of the drums. While the shells of the drums come from a line you call the cut to length line that just has them flat sheets. They will get welded up to form the body of the drum, and then it will go through a line where you'll have two other people. One put the bottom of it on, the bottom, bottom cover, also the top cover that will go on and get seamed on by the seamer, if it's called a tight head drum. And then also after that, there will be drop caps inserted into it, to the holes, the fittings. It goes to a paint drum, a paint booth that will paint the whole outside, the bottom, top, and all around. And the drop caps will cover the holes so no paint gets inside the drum. Goes through an oven to dry off the paint. And it comes to my area where we will put seal caps over one of the plugs. We will have drills to drill in plugs to cover the openings. And then we'll have what you call an inkjet, which I operate. That'll put the ink right on over the paint. So and then it goes on to a trailer to be shipped.
Okay, thank you so much for your answer. And what safety protocols are in place to protect workers on the job?
Every machine will have guards covering chains or covering something that is harmful, something that's potentially going to hurt someone. So there are safety protocols there. There's let's see. And then we wear personal protective equipment as well, and gloves, glasses, to anything that might hit our eyes. It's very noisy in there too, so we have what you call earplugs, and I'll wear those. Everyone's got to wear them inside the plant. We have to have steel covering our toes so we don't have anything hit our feet and break our toes. We put on protective sleeving over our arms just in case steel cover or any kind of steel would come in contact with our arms. So because they can cut right through thin sleeves so we got these cut resistant sleeves to protect our arms. So we have all kinds of personal protective equipment that we wear.
Okay, thank you so much for your answer. And how do you ensure quality control in the steel products you work on?
We have a quality manager who will come around and check the drums to make sure that the paint is good, lining is good, the cut of the steel is good, and we also, in each order, we will inspect at least the first drum, but we really want to inspect drums throughout the order, maybe every 50, and and just make sure that the paint and ink looks good. That's what we do.
Okay, that's great. Thank you so much for your answer. And what are the most challenging aspects of your job?
The most challenging aspects of my job is sometimes correcting errors on the inkjet and getting that to be operating properly. And then um, really paying attention to the schedule to see if there's anything that's out of the ordinary or unusual that's different from an order. But we want to make sure that every order has the right ink on it, the right code, and make sure that the correct color of paint is on. Make sure that there is no bare metal showing through paint or through lining. So there are some challenges. You have to be really paying attention to detail to some of these drums because you'll see some ones that have defects in it, and you got to be able to catch them.
Okay, sir, thank you so much for your answer. And how does Grief Brothers support professional development and career growth for steel workers?
Um, they actually have what you call a cross training program. You can choose to learn other machines as time goes on, and you can learn um, to be more versatile. So management will just give the colleagues opportunities to sign up to learn other machines and to run them when the normal operator is off work.
Okay, thank you so much for your answer. And can you describe a project or product you have worked on that you are particularly proud of?
Let's see here. Yes, I am just I'm just pretty much just proud of being of learning the different jobs that I have so far, and learning to um, catch errors or mistakes and point them out to my lead. So that's really what makes me feel happy and proud about myself because because I did that just a few days ago, earlier this week. Um, so yeah, other than that, I don't really have much in the way of projects around the house, but right now I'm just happy with my performance at work.
Your answer. And my another question from you: how does teamwork play a role in your daily tasks?
Teamwork is very essential to getting the job done. We start off with the parts department creating the parts that we need. They will get shipped to colleagues on the main line, and we will ensure that all the drums that are going through the main line back to shipping will get to their destination on time. And we have to have teamwork to be successful. Without it, we would not. We just would not be a business. It's very essential to our business.
Okay, thank you so much for your answer. And what tools and equipment do you use to daily, and how do you maintain them?
The tools that I use personally are just simply just the print heads for the ink. I make sure that they print on the ink clearly and visibly. I'll make sure they're washed at the end of the day, and sometimes I've got some Allen wrenches to make adjustments in the print head on the screws, a light to be able to see more clearly, and then maintaining them is just simply by the start of the shift and end of the shift, making sure they're cleaned out well.
Okay, thank you so much for your answer. And what measures are taken to ensure environmental sustainability in steel production at Grief Brothers?
Um, I believe that we just basically get this deal shipped to us at the right time, and we get it manufactured. We get it to our trailers. We get it shipped out, and we just we maintain 5S focus, where we will shine, sustain, sort, standardize um, all the areas in there, our work areas. We just ensure that the product, not only the product, but our building itself is clean and it's in good order. That's everyone's job, is to maintain um, a good organized work area. So that's how we maintain environmental sustainability.
Okay, thank you so much for your answer. And yes, please continue.
How do shifts normally operate in our job? Okay, so right now we just have one shift, and it's usually 8 to 10 hours in length, and that's it. One shift. It used to be two, but now we're down to one shift.
Okay, that's great. Thank you so much for your answer. And what health benefits and support does Grief Brothers provide to its steel workers?
So yes, we do have health insurance that's available to all employees, and right now I'm taking advantage of it. I actually have some at my job, and yes, it deals with dental and health. We also have life insurance too, if you would like that.
Okay, thank you so much for your answer. And how do you stay updated with the latest industry developments and technologies?
We stay updated with those latest developments by listening to our supervisor at the morning meetings, and we also get magazine subscriptions that will tell us what's going on in the industry. And we have several machines that have robots working on them with the colleague, and at times there's some upgrades performed to them to um, get them to operate more efficiently for the operator.
Okay, thank you so much for your answer. And can you share an example of a time when you had to troubleshoot a significant issue on the job?
There was not times when I had to troubleshoot something significant. A lot of times when there are problems, I get help with the lead, and that's just making sure that the inkjet I operate will be printing smoothly. So honestly, there has never really been a major issue to troubleshoot, other than getting errors resolved and getting my inkjet to print effectively and clearly and legibly.
Okay, thank you so much for your answer. And how do you handle stress and physical demands associated with your job?
Well, good. One thing is that we do have periodic breaks throughout the day. We have two 15-minute breaks and a 30-minute lunch break. And sometimes you just had to take a deep breath, get a drink of water, talk to your lead and supervisor and tell them what's going on. And just that's what you got to do. You just got to take a deep breath and just and go take a break. Um, Otherwise, I was to do that and say a prayer. But yeah, it's something that's a part of the job. Stress and demands, physical demands. You just have to really deal with that. A lot of people in my job this past week were dealing with that, with a machine breaking down and not producing the steel that it was supposed to make. So we ended up having to change our schedule on Wednesday and Thursday, and having to have a delayed schedule of 2 hours each of those days to allow our parts department to get the machine running that produces the body of the drones, to get that working again. So it was something that was stressful for all of us at our job, but we dealt with it and persevered through it.
That's awesome. Thank you so much. And lastly, would you like to give the advice with our audience?
Can you repeat that question?
Would you like to give the advice with our audience?
To give advice, you said? My
Yes.
my advice is work every job to the best of your ability and stay with your job. If you don't like it, you could always find a new job, but don't quit your current job until you get hired for a new job.
And that's amazing advice. Thank you so much for giving me very amazing advice. And thank you so much for sharing some insightful knowledge to my viewers and to me. And also, I invite you to my school when you come in Pakistan. So please visit our school, Rehan School, Kuringi campus.
It was a pleasure. I would love to visit sometime.
Okay, I will wait. Thank you so much. Bye bye.
Bye bye. Have a great day. Thank you.